The Lake Turkana Wind Power remains on the spot over the national blackout experienced last month, with Senate Energy Committee now visiting the plant to probe those same claims. Responding to questions from the legislators, the power plant maintained that it was not responsible for the power outage. Seth Olale, who is on a week-long coverage of Senate Mashinani program in Turkana County, has more details.
A fortnight since a report by Energy Cabinet Secretary Davis Chilchil implicated Lake Turkana Wind Power for the national blackout, the management of the wind power continues to defend the plant from any wrongdoing.
That there was a confluence of events, system interruptions, voltage instabilities, a lack of spinning reserve, issues with other generation plants in different parts of the country. And unfortunately, that all resulted in the system blackout that we had.
So we noted that we have one supply main station in Suswa, and we'll have to look at the log station, the log activities of the same, so that we can tell where was the problem and how did it come to be, and how can it also be avoided in the future moving forward.
While responding to queries regarding the national blackout from the Senate Energy Committee, which inspected the facility, the officials from Lake Turkana Wind Power warned of a looming power crisis if Kenya Power and Ketraco will not address the shortcomings in power production and distribution.
Because it does highlight some of the weaknesses within the system, and I think everyone should take the opportunity to work together as stakeholders to put in place the necessary infrastructure that is required to safeguard against events like this, because this may have happened, but it will happen again.
We also know that the Kenya Power infrastructure that has been put in place by Ketraco, some of it is outdated, and it's the high time we try looking at the possibility of introducing redundant supply lines so that something like that does not happen in the future.
The management of Lake Turkana Wind Power telling the Energy Parliamentary Watchdog that electricity consumers could save up to 50% of tariffs on power tariffs if Kenya Power would utilize its wind supply.
The more power you purchase from Lake Turkana, the lower the price will be in the end. So it's like a quantum discount, which actually, if you curtail Lake Turkana Wind Power towards the end of the year, that's actually where the tariff can go down.
You take away the cost of maintaining this place safe, as far as these people are concerned, they can find that the power they are producing is even cheaper, and that can be passed over to the consumers.
Men, young people, to study the energy sector. Make your money. There are millions here. People have made billions in this sector. Billions of shillings. We have seen here facilities here.
Senators also questioned why carbon credit obtained from Lake Turkana Wind Power has not been remitted to the beneficiary communities under which the transmission lines traverse.
Then that allocation of funds will go towards the national government, and then they will have to work with the communities and decide how that is allocated.
Lake Turkana Wind Power, which has been operational since 2018, delivers 7.5 billion kilowatt hours to the national grid, with the capacity to fully supply the national grid for 7 consecutive months. There are 365 turbines at the Lake Turkana Wind Project. This contributes to an average of 16% of the national power supply. The strength of the wind is more efficient and powerful in the evening than during the day. Seth Olale, Citizen TV at the Lake Turkana Wind Power.